Alrighty. This is episode.
If we were in the same room, you'd have to line the claps up.
If we were in the same room, you'd just use one clap.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but if you had multiple audio...
No, you'd still just use one clap to sync all the audio devices in the room.
Yeah, but because we're using, like, delayed...
I don't understand how your point is in any way valid.
It's wacky, alright? It's because there would be no delay in the same room, right? But there would be... But there's like a 20... There's a lot of delay between you and me
don't
right
understand
now.
your point. I really don't. Like, I understand the idea that there's a delay. But we only, like, both of us wouldn't have to clap.
That's
if there was, if we were both in the same room.
Yeah, only one of us. I mean, no, if we were in a... No, if we're in separate, like, booths, but... No, like,
why would we be in two different booths?
Doesn't matter. I don't know. I don't know what your plans are.
That will never be my plans. I'll tell you that for free. That
Let's
will
start.
never, ever be my plans, ever. Because that sounds like silly pancakes.
No, you'll be fine.
So it's us.
Oh, we could do a woefully underprepared podcast, just like fully in
that's my
in
plan.
here. You here next Saturday?
That's my plan. That's what we're doing.
Recorded on Friday. Oh, all right.
I thought that was obvious. That was
all right. Let's start. No, you never told me about nothing.
So I don't think it's next Saturday. I think it's the Saturday after.
It is the Saturday after. 'Cause it's only the 7th today. And you're here on the 21st.
I'm here on the 19th.
That's fine.
20th. No, to the 21st.
21st, but
I'm not.
I don't need to worry about the 20th.
Out by like 9 o'clock on the 21st. Before 9 o'clock. I think my bus leaves at 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
So I need to be gone before then, ideally.
I need to go to the same place and be there at 8:30, so you know.
Alright,
I know I don't. It's Saturday.
I'm blue.
Yeah, let's start. Let's go. You could just leave all this in.
I usually leave a little bit of this in. I put it over the intro. It's nice. It's a nice sort of ease in, so we don't raw dog it right at the start. No,
well, that's what they want.
You don't want that ever.
Nah, that's like their favorite thing.
What?
It's why they're not viewing us, because they haven't been raw dogged yet. Let us know if you want to be raw dogged.
No, Ben.
Alright, let's go. Welcome to the podcast.
Alright, this is episode 18.
I'm Lachlan. This is Sam.
18. I believed you. It'll be a shorter episode this week.
Yeah. It is 18.
Like,
it is 18.
Not a lot, but I think the things that there are lead into some very interesting conversations. I also lied to you about one of them. Well, technically, I lied to you about 2 of them.
What did you lie about?
I told you one of them didn't exist, or I didn't tell you that it did exist. But it's fine.
So it was a lie by omission. Or was it just a lie? Alright, let's go.
Hang on.
What's the first story?
So E3, it's over.
I told you
it's been cancelled, but that was a lie. It hasn't been cancelled. No.
But now it's been cancelled? Oh. What do you mean it's over then?
What actually happened?
Not gonna go?
I was just reading tweets, that's why I thought it'd been cancelled, because Jason Schreier was talking like it had been cancelled. And I was like, alright, Jason, I believe you. But no, what actually happened is
but you shouldn't believe Jason.
Has been put into a state of emergency.
That's the truth.
And E3, like the company that run E3, have said that they're watching the coronavirus situation very carefully. And, but they still plan to go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Look, the coronavirus situation isn't like as bad as people say it is. Anyone who catches it,
like, should you be aware of it?
The situation.
Do you need to go bonkers?
Yeah, you should maybe be a little bit concerned. You shouldn't literally just deprive everyone of toilet paper in Australia.
Like,
over it.
As I said, I went to Aldi today, and there was like just now, and there was like pretty much no frozen food left. And canned food was getting to be not a lot left. And it's just like, gee, like...
Yeah, I was looking for laundry detergent at 5 different Woolworths and 2 different Coles.
Why?
I only found one bottle.
Like, the world is not ending. It's gonna be...
Also, there's no pasta. But yeah, there's no pasta. So, whoever likes...
Dude, I like pasta. Actually, that's not true. I don't necessarily like pasta, I just eat lots of it because it's really easy to eat.
It's just cheap.
So, basically, if you're thinking about going out and buying a bunch of food to prepare for coronavirus, don't. You probably don't need to.
Yeah, please. Because it creates a snowball effect as well, where everybody's like, oh, well, now there's nothing of this, and
so
the next time that it shows up, everyone's going to buy all of it.
It's like, you're just making the situation worse. Like, you're really just, oh, it's terrible. Alright, so, getting back to the topic at hand, kind of.
But that's E3. The E3 situation.
I think literally the only reason that E3 is still going ahead, because the company that run it realized that if we cancel E3 and make everyone do their own events, they will realize that it is way cheaper, it is way easier, and they don't lose any like sales at all, or pretty much none. Because like in the event that E3 doesn't go ahead, let's say everyone just like live streams their press conference, they just rent out a hall. Oh, I'm back.
Welcome back to the podcast.
So where did I cut out?
Stopped talking. You were talking about E3?
Yeah, so I think the only reason E3 is still going ahead is because the company that run it...
Yeah, this is exactly what
it occurred to them, if we cancel E3 and make everyone do their own shows, they will realize that it is easier to stage your own show.
That it's cheaper.
Like, it's easier to just make like a pre-roll Nintendo Direct style video. It's cheaper, and you don't lose any market share.
And
you don't lose any sales.
Yeah.
Because I think even if E3 had been shut down, Xbox probably would have absolutely had to do something around the time of E3, because they got a console to announce. Or re-announce, or like, do things with.
Exactly.
I don't know what EA would have done.
Basically, as long as, like, they really just...
Which, as far as I'm aware, is still going ahead.
Yeah, that was never in question, I don't think. I mean, it might be just like, oh, it's coronavirus.
I mean, I've not seen anyone that said it's not going ahead, so I assume that it is. And it also, like, it begs the question of what attendance E3 is going to be like this year as well. Because people don't want...
I don't think the journalists are going to be that stupid, right?
I mean,
like maybe, but...
if LA's been put into a state of emergency, you can... I don't know about in the States, but I know here, you can just straight ban all large gatherings of people. Like, you can shut down every theater, you can shut down all the schools, you can ban every single large gathering of people ever.
You can, but it's...
And I mean, like, No Time to Die has been...
Coronavirus isn't that
they don't
severe.
think they'll be able to get butts and seats for it because of Corona.
Dude, I wonder if Infinity War would have been pushed back, or even Endgame. I feel like people still would have gone to it. We might actually have had a full-on coronavirus outbreak if that happened, though.
I mean, we've got a full-on coronavirus outbreak now.
Not in Australia.
I guess not.
There's maybe less than 50 people that have it in Australia.
I don't think pandemic or an epidemic has been declared. Whatever the one is that we declare. But it will.
And China. Like, that's where it started, alright? And there's a lot of people in China.
The last report... I wrote a story about this for one of my tubes. That the head of some toxicology place, I forget what it was called, basically said there's a 90% chance that an outbreak will occur, an epidemic will be declared.
Yeah, which is that's fair. The symptoms aren't severe enough to be worried about it.
Yeah, if you're just a regular healthy dude,
you know,
you'll be fine.
You're fine.
Stay inside. You know, don't be an idiot. Don't go rubbing your
Nothing
face
to worry
on like public seating.
And if you have it, don't go rubbing your face on.
Don't go rubbing your
old
face on
ladies,
anyone if
because
you
they might die from it. Yeah. But yeah, that's most of the E3 story, I'm pretty sure. I mean, most of that was just us.
Like, as I say, I know people at UC
14 days.
are currently locked in their rooms on campus. Because
You're under a 14-day quarantine.
China. I mean, I think we have a couple of students in China who cannot leave. And I know UC has banned all traveling outside of Australia through the university. Like, I had a friend who was about to go on a study tour to Europe, and he now can't. Which is like mega depresso espresso.
Yeah, but yeah, let's go to the next story, because coronavirus is mega depresso espresso. And the next one's a little bit more interesting, I guess.
HBO announced recently that they're going to make a Last of Us TV show. They haven't said anything about the plot, but the writer for Last of Us, Neil Druckmann, is on their writing team, and it is run by the producer for Chernobyl.
Yeah, that sounds just like it's going to be really interesting.
I believe it.
You got it. See, zombie TV shows are generally bad. Zombie movies are generally bad. Walking Dead,
but like,
I'm still
Last of Us isn't really like a zombie game per se. Like, there are zombies in it, but that's not really the focus point of the game.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I'm hoping that they don't. I hope they don't like switch the focus point to the zombies. I'm hoping that they keep it on the characters. Because, like, Ellie and Joel,
I mean, Neil Druckmann's on the writing team, and he wrote Last of Us, and it's being produced by the same guy who did Chernobyl, and Chernobyl was very much like a human drama.
I kind of hope that they don't. I kind of hope they go to a different story within the universe.
You're breaking up. What do you?
Just expand it a little bit. I think they should go do a different story, not just Ellie and Joel's story, or just Ellie and Ellie's story.
Ellie and Ellie's.
No, Ellie and. Yeah, I don't like. No one knows the name. No one played the DLC. But yeah, I don't think that they should just like copy the story. Another interesting story would be pretty good. Would be a good time. Show off his talent. Because he did a very good job.
I feel like it would be very easy to make like a linear week-to-week show out of The Last of Us. Like, just
the game,
via basically direct adaptation.
Yeah, it's just like I've already watched the game. I haven't played the game. I just watched it, and yeah, I don't seem very interested in watching it again.
Yeah, but are you the audience, or are people who haven't played the game and aren't going to play the game the audience?
Probably not.
Also, you don't watch TV ever.
I think
that.
It's true. I don't care about TV shows aside from The Witcher. But yeah, I think that's very interesting. I'll keep an eye on it. I'm more interested in what like Disney Plus is doing.
I think Disney Plus.
Season 2.
Like, I had it, and it was cool.
At the moment, it's not worth it.
But it was like, I think I watched all the MCU films, bar the 2 Spider-Man films, because they're not on Disney Plus. In fact, I don't know of anywhere streaming
which they should be.
You can watch them.
Stan, I think, have a contract with Sony in Australia. In Australia,
Stan is the only place in this country where you can watch Fury Road, and I wanted to watch Fury Road.
Yeah, well,
I know Venom is on Amazon Prime, but none of the and so are the first 3 Spider-Man films, but the new ones aren't.
Oh, well then, yeah, it's probably a Disney.
I imagine there are arguments happening. That's why it's not anywhere, because they want to like decide who owns it and gets all the money. That's what happens. So in regards to Last of Us, Twitter has been like blowing up doing like stunt casting and stuff for it.
The Twittery things.
Actually, hang on.
Yeah.
I saw one that was really, really good. I'll see whether I can find it. I'm pretty sure I retweeted it.
Who do you think should play Joel? Should we get Ellen Page to play Ellie? Oh, that'd be rude.
I believe it. I'd do it.
She didn't she like sue them because they used their likeness? I thought that was like a thing for a while.
she did motion capture for the game, didn't she?
No. She wasn't part of the game at all.
I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's true at all.
No, I'm pretty sure that's true. We'll do a quick deep dive into what was going on there. Ellie.
So I've seen Nikolai Coster-Waldau, who played Jaime Lannister in Game of Thrones, thrown around. I think he'd do really well. I've seen like Maisie Williams, also from Game of Thrones, as Ellie. I don't know who either of those two people are. Joel McDermott and Ellie Fanning.
Yeah, Ellen Page had nothing to do with Last of Us.
Someone suggested Hugh Jackman and Daphne Keane. She played.
I don't know who Daphne Keane is, honestly.
The kid.
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah.
basically what Last of Us is. Like an old dude and a slightly less old and like a young lady.
Young lady. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of weird, but yeah, sure. That'd work.
Okay, I see a lot of people saying like Hugh Jackman. Which would definitely be interesting.
I think Hugh Jackman would work. He was very good in Logan. Like, possibly one of his best performances that I've seen in a while. So, you know.
Yeah, so that's kind of literally not an ounce of detail I could find on release dates or like who's
actually being casted,
or even really what it's going to be about. Just that it's a thing. Neil Druckmann's working on it, as is the producer for the producer of Chernobyl, which was, I'm pretty sure, is still the highest.
And that was apparently a pretty good documentary.
Because it was real good.
Yeah, I haven't seen Chernobyl yet, but yeah, apparently it was really good.
Alright, so on to number 3. Dude, we're fucking blazing through this.
Dude, yeah, but the number 3 is a bit bigger, isn't it? We could talk about the Nvidia stuff that I was talking about.
Point.
How?
I doesn't get mad as that much. Alright, I need to go through Twitter and find this story, because I did have it up, but then I didn't, because I suck.
Oh, is this a different story? Is this a story where I didn't read? I read, like...
Destiny.
Oh, just Bungie? Why don't you have the Discord up? I thought it was a different story, because I was like, why are you going through Twitter?
Because that's where I retweeted it. And I'm already on Twitter.
Face is on Twitter.
Alright, yeah, so Destiny's getting a massive, like, a whole bunch of armor pieces and subclasses and stuff are being rebalanced going into Season of the Worthy, and this is after they just rebalanced. They just announced rebalancing for a whole bunch of guns. So it looks like they're planning to massively shake up the sandbox for trials. Alright.
Yes, I haven't actually seen what the changes are.
So I'll basically just read through it a little bit. They're raising the power cap 40 points. Powerful gear will now drop up to 1,000, and pinnacle drops will go to 1,010. Soft cap has also been effectively raised 50 points. Gear from nearly all sources will continue to drop upgrades until 950, and then powerful reward sources will be required to progress from 950 to 1,000.
From 950, so they're not increasing the soft cap to 960.
You're breaking up. I have no idea what you're saying.
All right. So they're not increasing the soft cap to 960.
It does not appear to be the case. No.
That's a bit weird. But yeah, all right.
They're looking at making some quality of life improvements for pinnacles. Starting in the mid-season, we'll be upgrading existing powerful pinnacle rewards. These are weekly Crucible, Strike, and Gambit challenges. I don't like this.
So what is this? I can't see it.
There'll be
I don't know where it is on
a
the
weekly pinnacle reward
patch notes.
for Gambit, Crucible, and Strikes.
I mean,
I don't know what you're breaking up, dude. Like,
yeah, no, I'm thinking about things. Weekly pinnacle. So you just get one of either of
one
like,
each.
just one from each, or
a weekly pinnacle reward for Gambit, Crucible, and Strikes.
And all right.
They don't say whether or not it's like you do all three of them and you get one reward, or whether or not you say it's one from each. We want to increase the number of pinnacle sources in the game to broaden access, as well as increase the pool of items that can be dropped in a pinnacle band. Yeah, I don't like this. I think this is
probably
not
up
play
here
at all for pinnacle gear.
I think. So what's the new pinnacle like? I don't know where it is on this thing. I'm looking for it. Oh, so it's still only 10 points.
Yeah.
Of pinnacle power.
I think pinnacle stuff should be stuff that is top tier, stuff that is hard to do, stuff that requires a team.
I think getting to comp, like ranking up in comp.
I don't think each rank up should give you a pinnacle. I think that's nonsense. I think that's insanity.
You only get 5 rank ups.
Hang on one second. I'm gonna, because you're breaking up, so I'm gonna pull some stuff. Give me a second. Alright, I'm back.
Yeah, I don't know why it's breaking up. You like full on disconnected earlier in the stream, so I don't know who's actually breaking up or what's going on, but yeah, and I think that each rank up in glory should actually
no, I think that's too many. I think you should get a pinnacle gear for
each of like
Valor.
That's you only get 5. You only get 5.
Yeah, I guess given that you can't reset
rank ups,
there's maybe an argument to be made for that. I think you should get pinnacle gear for resetting Valor.
No, I think that'd be people would just
farm Valor.
All day, every day.
Valor. People are gonna farm Valor. You crazy?
Yeah, they're just gonna keep. You can do bounties like all the time.
It's still like no more like. I mean, the raid has 4 pinnacles in it versus a complete Valor reset, which takes fucking forever.
It's true. I think it would be much better if they brought in another dungeon than moving the pinnacle gears over to Strike, Gambit, and Crucible.
Yeah, but they're gonna make it to do that.
Especially if you get. Yeah, no, I don't know why they haven't. I mean, I guess Trials of Osiris.
They only have so many people working for them.
Yeah. Yeah, and yeah, it's Trials of Osiris, which is they have to kind of get that right this time around because this is Return. It's finally coming back. Yeah, but I'm just reading about slot imbalances. What is this? When we say slot imbalances,
there are some like basically you can get double ups in a slot, which like fucks your whole run. Like before they made pinnacles drop at +2, and they were just at +1. You needed perfect RNG every week to be able to get to max power.
To get it. Yeah.
Which I disagreed with.
Yeah.
And I think the pinnacle climb should be hard. It shouldn't be near goddamn impossible.
I do think that the Grandmaster Nightfall is probably where Pinnacle Gear should also. I'm pretty sure it's dropping from there. Apparently, there's legendary lost sectors.
They've
I don't know
not
what
said
that is,
anything about
but I don't know. Yeah, but I imagine that's where we're getting powerful rewards as well. Maybe Pinnacle. I don't know. I don't know why you'd have the lost sectors drop Pinnacle, but yeah, it's interesting.
That it is.
I don't know. We're gonna be doing a raid first week, 100%. That's the plan, right? Got enough salvation.
There's no new raid.
No, it's not.
I don't know what you're talking about.
We're doing the Garden of the only raid that you can do that still drops pinnacles.
Yeah, we took Garden South. Of course we took Garden. What? You say that like it's new, like it's new, like
like it's new, like it's new information.
Something that we don't at least attempt every week.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, I don't do it every week.
Just, you're a fucking pussy. You're a coward.
That's rude. Season of the Word, either. That's a cool name. I don't know. Yeah, but yeah, let's move on to the next. Do you have?
Yeah, there are lots of patch notes. All right, so I don't like this, but we'll move on. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Bright Engrams are going away forever.
Okay, but it depends on how it feels.
All right.
Yeah, I thought that was already a thing. I didn't even know you could buy them.
Whatever the thing was I read out last week. Director's cut that they would be going, but now it's like this is when they're gone. They'll still be in the free track of the season pass, but outside of that, they're gone. They're gone forever.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Because
yeah, cool.
It's looking like you're going to be getting in some legal trouble with some people for continuing to exploit children.
They were trying to get rid of it, but way before that.
It wouldn't surprise me if Bright Engrams are entirely in Activision. I mean, this is like maybe a little bit of Bungie worship, probably. But it wouldn't surprise me if Bright Engrams were entirely an Activision product, and Bungie didn't really want to deal with them anyway.
Destiny's become better since Activision was not a part of the project. I mean, we haven't had people like Vicarious Visions help out. But so far, so good, you know?
Sure. I don't really know what you just said, but sure.
Yeah, you agreed with me. You just called your mother gay.
I don't
know
what
you just did. Did you agree?
Sure. I don't think it's as funny as you think it is.
You're gonna edit it. You're gonna be like, oh, is this what happened? Oh man, you can't cut that out.
Dude, if I need to cut it out, I'll cut it out.
Yes.
Alright, so.
Yeah, so there's the exotic patches.
Assassin's Cowl. Invisibility and healing effect now triggers on powered melee against both guardians and regular combatants. And does not trigger during arc stuff anymore. Because that stuff wasn't supposed to do that. I think this is good. Good change, good stuff. Making more exotics more feasible.
So is it only it's on finishes and only when you use the powered melee instead of gets kills. Alright, cool. That's good. Frosties, let's go.
Frosties, change ability regeneration to it no longer stacks multiplicatively, Jesus Lord, with other class abilities. Like...
Oh, so it was like time... Frosties is the one that recharges your...
when you like run around. So it'll still recharge your abilities, it just won't
so it was just timing all of those disciplines. Yeah, that's cool.
It's fine.
I mean,
Kefri Sting. All smoke bombs deal 150% extra, 150% damage while wearing this exotic.
Okay, so at least it made Kefri Sting like, worth it. You might actually be able to insta kill with it now. Maybe.
Because smoke bomb is cool. It's like a damage over time effect, right? Like you trigger it, you're standing and it hurts.
You can use the poison one. or you can like there's the one that you normally see because it's the middle one, which is the one shot, not the quiver one. But then there's the quiver one that has the poison smoke bombs that hurt. Actually, no, I think that's the invis. Look,
yeah,
I don't
basically, Capri's saying we're pretty poo-poo, and now hopefully they'll be less poo-poo. Orpheus Rig! The maximum amount of super you can regain from this exotic with a single use of Shadow Shot is 50%.
People mad.
People are
mad. I can hear
Look,
you being mad right now.
Do I like this? Am I like, fuck yeah, fuck Orpheus Rig, it sucks? No. But I am a fan of maybe having the opportunity to use a different exotic for the first time in 100
something
years.
else. To use the new supers from
Lifestyle,
Forsaken, because I haven't.
Orpheus Rig has always been ridiculously good. It's just gotten slightly less ridiculously good. And I think it'll still be good. I just don't think it'll be the best, better than literally everything, no argument, ever.
Yeah, because it really was like that. And it's good that the rest of the things, like, kind of like buffs. Like, the next one, Young Ahamkara Spine, increases trip mines to 14%.
Explosion
damage.
radius by trip mines by 14%. So
oh no, it's explosion radius, yeah. Yeah, and you can throw 2 of them. So now you can kill people with them, rather than, not. Because I'm pretty sure you can insta-kill with trip mine.
I think they mentioned that
but
somewhere
yeah,
down the line.
Like, that's...
I think they buffed trip mine damage somehow, somewhere. Ashen Wake, killing an enemy with... So that was all Hunter exotics, these were all Titans. The fun is over for Titans, apparently. Ashen Wake, killing an enemy with a fusion grenade while wearing this exotic now refunds grenade energy. The amount of grenade energy refunded scales based on the tier of the enemy killed. So, more grenades, basically. If you use an Ashen Wake. I don't know what Ashen Wake does. Do I actually have an Ashen Wake on me? Yo, I don't. Actually, hang on. I can go into
I'm out.
And I can find out. Oh,
run away!
Titan.
You checking out
it'll be in
some visual cues here?
Titan. Ashen Wake. So Ashen Wake currently gives improved. What it says. Throwing a fusion grenade
more
now
damage.
explode on impact and gain increased throw speed. So that's not great, but now you'll be able to get more as well as that.
That's not bad.
Antaeus Wards, which is the slidey boots. The shield created during a slide no longer allows chip damage. Chip damage through. What? I don't understand that.
I don't know what that means. Does that mean I can't damage you when you have a shield?
Hang on, where is Antaeus Wards?
Because otherwise that's mega broken. Is that the one that you used to like fight me in
Sliding reflects projectiles and grants super energy. So now the shield created during sliding. Hang on, what? I don't understand this. I don't understand this at all.
You don't understand the exotic? I've never used it.
Works. I don't understand what chip damage means. Chip through damage. Chip damage through.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just damage that.
Is it like
you hit?
I don't even know. I don't even know. Whatever. Don't worry about that. Fix the bug where Doomfang will sometimes grant super energy from melee kills in your super, which it shouldn't do. It should only grant super energy from the throw. It shouldn't grant it from the melee, which it does, and it does a lot. I don't know why they're using the term sometimes, because it's quite often.
Yeah, it's almost all the time.
Which is like, that's big sad, because Doomfang Pauldrons are where it's at. Doomfang Pauldrons are probably my favorite Titan exotic. Just because you can be Captain Merca.
Yeah, that's the only thing you
Pretty
use.
much. I'll usually either use that
and
or
everyone wants
also
to be Captain
Furiosa.
Mm-hmm. Which are also getting nerfed? No.
I don't know whether or not you get super back from Ursa Furiosa
Oh, you can see One-Eyed Mask.
when you use the bubble and not just the shield. Because if you did, then Ursa Furiosa would be really good. But I don't think you do.
Especially after the Doomfang nerf.
Yeah, so I mean, this isn't a nerf, this is a bug fix, like it shouldn't do that. And Doomfang is really fucking stupid. Like, your super literally lasts hours.
It really is. It's one.
Like, that's not even a joke. Like, when we were doing, Eater the other day in the combat section, I popped my super right at the start, and I literally had it until I stopped fighting enemies.
Yeah.
And it's the same in pretty much every encounter. As long as you've got stuff in front of you to fight, you will have your super forever. You can clear your entire lost sectors with this bad.
Which is why
it's crazy.
You're gonna have a harder time doing massive metals.
I'm having a hard time doing massive metals with it. Those massive metals are done and patched. Do matches.
But I'm sure they'll figure that out.
Increase the radius of static charge from 20 meters up to 20 meters up from 12. Sorry, I read that wrong. What do Doomfang goblins do? Dude, I should have done research for this. I should have figured out what all these exotics already do.
Yeah, I don't even know what any of these. I've never used any of these.
That's
exotics.
the issue.
Maybe I might
like,
now.
Most of the exotics are really poo-poo. Doomfang. So what was it? Doom.
I do think they should be niche, like niche, but it's
faster
it's
sprinting
not.
and chain melee damage.
Niche.
So I believe that's increasing the chain of the melee damage. Increases sprint speed. Sprinting builds up a static charge after melee. And after melee attacking an enemy, that charge chain will change. So it makes it easier to use, basically, is the idea. Yeah?
Yeah, alright.
Mark 44 standard size.
Yeah, I'm still not gonna use them.
Look, I might.
Yes.
Mark 44 standard sides, which are the ones that I used to fuck you in PvP. I believe. Reduce the delay from the start of sprinting until the overshield comes down from 5 seconds down to 0.5 seconds from 1.25.
Oh no, that's a nerf.
No, that's a buff, dude.
That's good, honestly.
No, reduce the delay from when you sprint
you said
with
comes down.
44 standard sides,
I thought
overshield, yeah? It used to take 1.25 seconds, now it takes 0.5 seconds.
Yeah, you said until the overshield comes down, and I was like, so that's when.
Yeah, I said comes down to 0.5 seconds versus.
No, it doesn't come down.
Yeah, they've reduced it down to. That's what I said.
Yeah.
All right.
It's just.
One-eyed mask. Oh boy.
This thing should be shot into the sun.
Dude, it is. It's about to
honestly.
be.
Before Trials of Osiris, it should be shot into the sun.
Hang on. Let me pull up One-eyed mask, just so we can see what it does currently. I think everyone in the world knows what it does currently.
Yeah, well, you look. You can see through walls, and you also are invincible.
Alright. Marking a target from this exotic has been replaced with target
It's literally
highlighting.
Foe Tracer now. It's actually worse than Foe Tracer.
So you can't, no more wall hacks.
Yeah, because Foe Tracer you can see through walls still.
To detect targets through walls. No longer provides damage bonus when defeating your marked target. Restored the previous overshield granted by defeating your marked target, which now has a duration of 6 seconds down from 8. So
alright, so Foe Tracer might actually be a better exotic.
It still gives you an overshield for free, it just doesn't give you wall hacks and a damage buff. Which, to be fair, I think that's what it should have started at. The fact that it gave you wall hacks, a damage buff, and an overshield was kind of really dumb.
Yeah, that's a lot of that was a bad time. I don't even know why. It's a good thing that it's been shot into the sun. honestly.
I think it'll still be good. Like, I think it's still gonna be a really useful exotic in PvP. I just don't think it'll be the only exotic worth using ever, and you are an idiot if you use anything else.
I still don't have one.
You don't
I still don't have one. It still hasn't. No, I don't. I don't like Titans. But yeah, the Foe Tracer has a similar ability.
Foe Tracer.
It marks damage and it buffs damage to low health targets. So it's probably better at this point because you can still see through.
I think like buffs damage to low health targets is like basically not anything ever in PvP. I think unless you're using like an auto rifle, you don't notice it ever.
No, but if you're using a hand cannon and you miss a shot.
Honestly, like Phoenix Cradle is currently the play, I'm pretty sure, with Titans.
With Hunters? Oh, with Titans.
Phoenix Cradle is what people were using in Hunters.
Choices.
Sun Warrior lasts twice as long as you pass through your Sun slots like an Arctic Sun. It basically means you can throw more hammers, essentially.
Oh, yeah,
you can
actually.
throw more hammers for longer.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, but that's, we got one more time.
Yeah, Severance Enclosure. Let me find Severance Enclosure. So we know what it does currently.
Yeah, I don't think I had one of those. Defeating a Guardian with a melee attack or combatant with a finisher unleashes a damaging explosion. So basically you just make things
I can't
explode.
even see it.
It's a Titan chess piece. Bottom page. Bottom of the page.
Defeating a Guardian with a melee attack. Yeah, alright. Cool. The explosion now triggers on powered melees against both Guardians. That's good stuff. Radius and damage of the explosion created by this exotic is based on the tier of the enemy defeated. So it's getting kind of the same treatment as Ash and Wake. And the other one that triggers on Finisher now triggers on Wake. I think the stuff that triggered on Finisher was dumb. Like, I get the idea is that they're trying to push you into using finishers so that you buy more finishers. But also, like, nah. Like, fuck that.
Is there anything safer shoulder charge abilities? That's a weird...
What are you looking at?
Is that what the Mark 44 standardites are called now?
I think that's just what it says.
It's just, yeah. Yeah, that's what it says. It just says safer. Like, what does that mean?
You get an overshield. Alright, Warlock!
So, yeah, maybe press 5.
Alright, let me go to the
page.
That's
my I do play the Hunter way more.
Pothio's Veil is getting some changes.
I've got the Warlock. Oh, really? That's probably a good idea.
This exotic is now guaranteed to drop with a minimum of 16 intellect. So it'll always be really high intellect, which is so good. Super handy. So if you want to have like maximum throwy balls, immediate. So currently, that's in addition to what it currently does, I assume. Currently, immediately regenerate health.
Which is make
Void
Bomb better, right?
Grenade and rift energy upon activating a super nearby allies to recharge faster than faster. I honestly think they should do that with lore, stuff like this with lore exotics. I think exotics should always have like a minimum stat roll of like 50. I think it is bonkers of like 50, 55. Like a total stat.
Oh, yeah. Or like a preferred stat. Like this one where it has preferred stat of intellect.
Or like
I think that's cool. Because then if you're looking for a build, then you could be like, this is...
exotic is used for.
Yeah. Because then you don't need to like farm the exotic for something.
I mean, I think you should still need to farm the exotic. There are now avenues in the game to farm exotics.
Yeah, but you should just get...
But like, I think, like if you can pull a
strength rolls
with like...
on something that doesn't have anything.
Yeah, and also like the fact that you can pull an exotic, the most top tier, best piece of gear in the game, and it has a stat roll of like 45 on it. Like, no, fuck off. You can take that and you can shove it where the sun don't.
Yeah, that's not how that should work.
I also think the same thing for like Raid and Pinnacle gear. I think they should have a minimum stat of like 50, 55. I think if you get a Pinnacle with less than 50 stats on it total, I think that's crazy.
I think they're set to begin with, aren't they? They're already the Pinnacle drop.
What do you mean?
It's set, isn't it? you will always get the same stat roll on the pinnacle piece of gear.
No.
On the old pinnacles, at least. Like.
Yeah. But I'm talking like
I don't know about
general pinnacle grind. Like pinnacle gear drops, not like ritual weapons. I'm talking about like pinnacle power.
Oh, okay,
power
yeah.
I think they should always come with like.
Yeah, because you don't want to just get like.
Because it's like it's mega depressing when you go through a raid and it's like, it says 40 star on it. This is great. I'll use that. Never.
Yeah. It's true. It's true. I'd like to be able to like change my gear that uses so that I can like respec those the stat rolls on them, like reroll the stats.
It has like 48 stats and you can just put them wherever you want.
No, just like maybe random reroll or something like that. Like you use an enhancement for that, or something like that, or whatever the enhancement for something.
Yeah.
To do it.
I don't like that.
It's like something that's because I have the. It's mostly for like the solstice gear, like yeah, the solstice gear anymore, and my solstice gear doesn't have.
Solstice gear. The solstice gear should honestly just be a universal one.
It should.
I think
it should have a
if
universal.
You're gonna do that, you can't like whatever it drops as. If it drops with like 48 stat roll on it total, it can't go above 48, regardless of how much of you re-roll it. But it can move those stats around.
Yeah. Which that encourages farming for.
Because I think if you can just pull any random piece of gear, re-roll it 1,000 times, and eventually get like 60 stats, like what's the point of farming?
Yeah, people would just be living in
to whatever the material required to get to do that is, which is probably going to be a lot less like engaging than farming for a piece of gear. Controverse hold is the next one.
Yeah, you don't want to just sit in the collection.
Is the duty one,
right? That was the one that does the grenade.
Improved charging for void grenades.
I don't know. Aren't you looking at collections?
So currently resists incoming damage while charging your void grenade with chaos accelerant, feed the void, or handheld supernova. Recharge void grenade returns a random amount of grenade energy on hit. See why people like it.
Okay.
So that's getting nerfed. Reduce the damage reduction granted by this exotic from 20% down to 20% from 40%. So half. Hopefully that will that combined with the handheld supernova nerfs that we talked about the other day will hopefully curb the bonkersness of handheld supernova.
Yeah, just hiding behind that corner with handheld supernova. Yeah. Look, they're doing a lot of nerfs.
I think they're doing a lot of nerfs to rebalance.
That guy's using an arrow tail.
It's less silly. And there's less silly shit. But I also think
there's less gimmicks running around.
As much as people hate nerfs, like that's how you rearrange the meta. And that's how you rearrange what is useful and what is not useful. It's the same as like weapon retirement. Right? Which
I think is a good idea, right? I think it's a good idea.
Is Recluse great? Yeah. Did I work hard to get Recluse? Yeah. Was Recluse cool in the time I used it? Yeah. But in 5 years' time, I don't still want to be using Recluse. And in order for me to not use Recluse, Bungie needs to make something that's better than Recluse. Which is like, no, I don't want that either.
If we were still playing D1, if D1 was still service, we would all still be using Yalahorn. We would still all be using
I know people have the argument that they just want to use whatever they're going to use. That's fine. I just think like I'm never going to see eye to eye with people like that. And I think I would argue those same people are the people also having the argument of like, why don't you just buff everything else up to be as good as the good stuff? And it's like, power creep? Question mark?
That's not how that works. Yeah, that's not how that works. Then you have to free and balance all the new stuff around all of the buffed stuff, and then you have to create more powerful gear.
Luke said in like the
you have to buff everything again.
Weapons, it means you, like, when the dev team is making a weapon, they don't have to balance it against every weapon they've already made and every weapon they will ever make. They only have to balance it against weapons that are going to exist in, like, a 15-ish week period. You know, like a 15-month period max.
Yeah. I don't know if they're going to just allow for, like, just, like, full DLC. Like, a whole DLC is that's all the weapons you get. Or if it's, like, seasonal
to be
weapons. Or
reset on weapons.
I think seasonal would be interesting.
I actually scratch that.
Just because that means you, like, every season you can go into a raid.
Armor is really hard to get a good stat roll on.
Yeah. I think seasonal weapons is a better idea. Just because, like, you want to go into a raid with new stuff all the time.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. Instead of just playing with...
I think seasonal weapons would be fine, because weapons are a dime a dozen. I think getting good armor is, like, well stat-rolled armor, and then using all that, then leveling up all that armor and, like, getting it. I think that's a lot more difficult and a lot more time-consuming than just finding a weapon you like. Because there's a lot more variables and a lot more RNG at play. Like, you want something that has a decent base stat roll, but also has stats.
The retired weapons are still things you can use. You just can't use them in. You just can't use them in seasonal
sort of non-core activities and, like, the hard stuff, the stuff where balance matters.
Yeah, and it also means that they can balance Trials of Osiris way more. Like, it would be so much easier to balance Trials of Osiris if you only have, like, 50 guns that you need to worry about instead of, like, 300.
Absolutely, and it means if you're only thinking about balancing 50 guns, you can make a lot more guns then. You can do a lot more stuff. You don't have to pour your heart and soul into each weapon.
Yeah.
Alright, Sanguine Alchemy has received a complete redesign. The new perk, Blood Magic, now allows the wearer to pause the countdown timer of any rift they are standing in by getting weapon kills, extending the rift's duration. That's nice. So,
that's interesting.
What it currently does,
because before it just
heightened senses. Standing in a rift grants you and your allies a better radar. Retain your radar while aiming down sights.
Yeah.
And powerful enemies are...
It's basically Knucklehead radar.
And can be tracked without line of sight. That, I mean...
That's pretty good.
Assumably
but
that applies
the new change is pretty cool.
Well of Radiance? Right?
No.
Does Well of
That's
Radiance
just for rifts.
Is Well of Radiance not considered a rift?
It's a well.
Alright, I'll believe you, but that's still... You can do some cool stuff with that.
Look, if they're gonna, like, nerf Orpheus Rigs and Doomfang Pauldrons like this, and then they're gonna buff Well of Radiance, I don't think that's the play. I honestly think that's not what the play is right now. Because Well of Radiance is still, like, you've got Phoenix Protocol, you've got literally everything that you need to beat the game in just, like, the Warlock's arsenal. So, you know, in one subtext. So I just think that buffing Well of Radiance is not a good choice. Because it's already the most powerful super in the game.
I think that's
full stop.
I think it's useful in most activities.
Crucible.
It's the most powerful activity. Super in most activities.
I think the fact that you almost have to balance the game around Wall of Radiance makes it the most powerful. Like Wall of Radiance and Bubble. Bubble, I'm kind of looping.
I'm gonna agree to disagree with you there.
At least, but you could shoot outside.
Up against our hour marker, and I said this would be true.
That's true. That's true. We've got a couple more.
Ophidian aspects. Now increases the lunge range of all Warlock melees, even if the ability is on cooldown. And that's on top of the lunge
That's
increase
awesome.
that Warlocks are already getting. So, will that...
That's amazing. That's exactly what we wanted.
That might be,
Everyone wanted
that might be the play, and you might be cross-map meleeing people in,
Dude, that's what I want to do.
That might be the play in Trials, dude.
Erentil plus the cross-map melee?
Yeah, currently all this does is weapons ready and reload very quickly, melee range is extended. So I think they're just buffing the melee range even more, and yeah, whatever. Fine.
Yeah.
Alright, Verity's
Brow.
Brow. Let me go find a Verity's Brow. Verity's Brow, there it is. Currently, it... weapon energy kills boost grenade recharge rate for you and your nearby allies. That's actually not bad. The buff provided by this exotic now increases your grenade damage by 10% per stack. The buff to allies grenade recharge rate now kicks in even when you cast your grenade. This exotic now provides buff text notification indicating how many allies are currently benefiting from your increased grenade. It's not bad. It's not too shabby.
Yeah, that's a pretty.
Too bad the exotic was
pretty good.
But that's not
buff.
too bad.
Is that the one husk?
No.
One? Like.
It is a Warmind one, so it might be Wormy Boy. It does look stupid though.
It's like the one husk crown, isn't it? It's like the where is it? Yeah, it's the worm husk one.
There's a bunch of investment changes. Prime engrams will now reliably drop armor with higher overall stat rolls and spikier distributions. Exotic armor will now reliably drop with higher overall stat rolls. Legendary armor now has an improved chance of receiving higher, although low rolls will still be present. UI changes.
Nice.
There was a bunch of stuff regarding legendary income. Increase the number of armor sets available from world drops to 11 sets, up from 3.
Where is this?
Investments
what?
underneath the exotic achievements.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
So they're basically
so
just
they probably
making
just
the
added a
world
bunch
drop
of the old seasonal stuff.
It's more interesting, so you don't just get
not just edge transit
again and again and again.
Yeah, that's fair.
Faction rally armor will now be world drop.
Oh, okay. So that's where most of it comes from.
Previously had faction rally ornaments may now apply them to these armor sets. So that's not going to be universal. I guess that makes sense that it's not universal.
Yeah, I mean, if they're bringing back the armor, then
Prime Engram's user interface. The user interface and UI layout on consoles has been changed to match the experience on PC, allowing for future updates. Added the ability to change the color of reticles on consoles. Added hidden text during loading.
That's pretty cool.
Added comma separations in the glimmer on the loot stream. Makes a joke there. Added categories to the quest screen. Quest items will now be automatically filtered through any of the 7 categories. New light. Note this category will hide if there are no active new light quests in the character's inventory. All quests, Shadowkeep, seasonal, playlists, exotic, the past. Which I think that's
that's
decent
cool.
Organization.
Just some UI
shenanigans.
Yeah, some UI shenanigans. Exactly.
I'm definitely not. I'm not mad about it. I think anyone who is mad about it probably needs to chill out.
Yeah, look, the quest UI is not great at the moment, so a little bit of a change is welcome.
Yeah. Fix UI and frame rate drops when applying mods. Thank Christ. Improved frame rates in Gambit Prime. Mixed Fixed frame rate issues during the Sanctifying Mind encounter. Fixed frame rate issues during the dungeon, specifically in the tunnel encounters.
They honestly need to like make it faster to look at your gear.
I honestly don't think they can. I think I would argue because on PC
I know it's
really
mostly
database
stuff, but it's like
honestly that is my favorite thing.
I think it's loading the images.
The fact that like I press the menu button and then my gear's there and I can change stuff. I don't have to look at a bunch of spinny wheels.
Yeah, like I honestly was like basically AFK for an entire game in Crucible, just waiting for like my armor to load so that I could switch some guns around.
It's crazy, dude. It's crazy. It's bad times. Would not recommend. Alright, I know I think I said both this week's and last week's would be short, and they have not been.
How long is this one?
Minutes.
I thought we were doing pretty well. Oh damn! All right, but is that's most of what we had, right?
It's the year times.
Yeah.
So next week, will we have played Season of the Worthy by next week? Yeah, we will
have. Yeah, I will have maybe touched it a little bit.
We'll probably do like a first impressions of Season of the Worthy. I don't think Trials will have happened by then.
Yeah, but there will be a bunch of new just changes.
If we get Flawless Trials, I'll put that up on the channel as well.
Yeah, we'll record a bunch of stuff, just so people can
just because why not? Right?
Take a look, see. We're not going to do it on PC because we're bad.
Absolutely not.
So it's not going to look as pretty. I mean, we're not using PC right now, so you know. But yeah. All right.
Goodbye.
See you next week.